I knew something wasn't right. Yeah, they can't see or hear us.
This is always something going on.
On the screen, yeah.
One of those days.
I'm blaming Amy's internet. We're blaming Amy's internet.
I have a question for Amy about this week. Wasn't really impressed with Maya's effort, I gotta be honest with you.
There's like words coming on my phone.
All right, so let's start for a second real quick. Here it is. Boom. Welcome to the Races Recap. Here it is, Season 25, Episode 6. Never in the history of the race have we ever had a guest on back-to-back weeks, but this week we brought back two of the finest, bringing them on, Shelley and Nici. How you doing?
Very good. Hi.
We had so much
for having us back.
We had so much fun with you last week, and a lot of people wanted to get some answers to some questions, so boom, you're back. Speaking of back... who finished in the back of the pack many times, but did end up winning the amazing race. Dr. Maya, Dr. Amy, how are you?
Good.
And speaking of back of the pack, this guy lost the amazing race. Joey Cavino, how you doing? Lose.
Great. I have to say, even though back seems to be the word of the day so far,
back?
Nici, I am complying with the order, and I am 300 feet back. So this doesn't really count.
She's already got restraining orders. One date.
We call stay away orders. It's stay away. There was no threats.
Stay away orders. Well, welcome back. It's going to be another interesting episode. This is the another.
I have a question.
Go ahead. Another Morocco episode.
I have a question for one of the group. Amy.
Yes.
What in the wide world of sports was in your backpack? There was a couple of scenes in this week's episode where you were like trudging along, and it looked like your backpack was filled with cement. It was huge and heavy. What did you have in there? Anyone's catch that? She was like,
no. I mean, our backpacks are pretty light. I think mine weighed like 16 pounds or something before we left. I mean, the only thing I can think of is if
she was trudging, Joey.
It may have just been the way she was walking.
It's probably the broken hip.
I was like, she was trudging because it was the broken hips. I definitely I wrote that down. I was like, we get to see.
I mean, sometimes I didn't pack super properly, so I had like awkward things like jutting out from my pack. I also think this leg, they maybe gave us a couple bottles of water because nearly the whole cast almost passed out in this episode.
Yeah, there was two times where you were walking like it looked like your bag was just going back and forth and back. And I'm like, what is going on?
It was going back and forth because she was going literally
We're broken a hip. It's not my fault.
Going back and forth.
The recipient of a new plastic hip, Blue Amy Blue.
Morocco episodes are always fun. Getting lost everywhere you go is definitely fun to watch. I'm sure it wasn't fun for the people getting
Shelley.
lost.
Shelley's like, no, actually, it wasn't fun at all.
And we actually happen to have 4 people who got really lost in this episode here with us. So we'll find out what it was about the streets of Morocco that really threw you off here. All right, so we're leaving. Kim and Allie leaving at 8:15. 1 minute behind Kim and Allie, Adam and Bethany. 1 minute right behind them. 15 minutes behind them, Tim and TJ. 4 minutes behind them, Shelley and Nici, top 4 in it. Brooke and Robbie, 5 minutes. Jim and Misty, 2 minutes. And 1 minute behind Jim and Misty, Amy and Maya. That's right, Amy and Maya hanging with the strongest team. 1 minute behind them.
Didn't last very long this episode, but
but
neither did fourth place.
You were 23 minutes out of first place, so 23 minutes separates first and last place here. Really tight coming in to start the leg, so it didn't even need a bunch point because teams are already really bunched up. All right, teams must travel by taxi to El Massi and search for a marked feeding station. Once there, teams must pick up 2 bags of hay. Seems like a very simple thing to do. Pick up 2 bags of hay and deliver those 2 bags to a marked stable across town. It seems like such a simple thing to do. And then you look at it and like they look like these places were like next to burned down rubble of homes.
It was kind of sketch. I remember that. it was kind of sketch where they were sending us, and I was really upset that we didn't have our taxi driver from the day before.
Like if this was the Bronx, you would definitely be in the hood. They would have sent you to the heart of the hood to get this clue. And I'm like, how is that like the the safest place to be right there? It did seem shady as hell to find it, but a lot of teams had some problems. What was the problems with the difficulties finding the hay? And
I didn't watch. Did we have a problem in Nici?
You did not watch. You said you were going to watch.
You didn't watch it.
She promised. Broken promises, shattered dreams over here in Boston.
So what was why are you even here? You don't even know what happened.
You don't even told on yourself. We wouldn't have known. Well, I'm an honest person. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't watch it. I can't. I don't want to know. Living it was enough.
You haven't watched your season.
This you guys played. You guys were better this episode than you were last episode. Like last episode, really? I feel like you wouldn't have watched that. Like I'd have been like, I don't want to watch that. But this episode, at least you went out gracefully. You guys were like nothing to do to embarrass yourself besides getting lost. Whereas the other way, like
I thought there was gonna.
Moses got lost in the desert. I don't know what the heck happened to us.
No, we that far in front of you, so
we all went the wrong way. Like when we should have made a left, we made a right, and all went around the whole entire Marrakesh. Like we drove forever that day.
We did.
It was one of the most exhausting legs of the whole entire time.
I don't think it was our fault. The instructions were very bad.
They were very vague. Yeah, they were very
vague.
vague.
You don't have maps. So they just gave us on the clue. It gives you directions, and I'm like, "What the? That doesn't make any sense." But then
it looked like everyone else found it.
No, it's like the third dirt road on your left. So if you make the wrong turn somewhere, you can't.
It was
someone was right behind. Maya and Amy. Someone was right behind you, and they took it. And then you're like, oh, there was the wrestlers, I think.
Yeah.
The wrestlers. Oh, but that was a compared to what we had done to get there. That was minor. They didn't show how lost we really got.
Oh, I can tell.
We were driving for hours.
No, how about the time when our detail? We discovered that we had a security detail during this episode, and the reason why we found out we had one is because we were going up some crazy mountain road, and our detail called the camera people and like, tell them crazy broads to turn the fuck around.
You're heading into the drug cartel area. Like, can you guys get out of town here? The opium fields.
Every time they showed Maya's face driving,
we're stepping in. No.
Oh my God, we were so lost.
Our crew fell asleep because we were so lost. They're like, we don't even care anymore.
You see the camera just go.
So we were really barely like eliminated. Is what you're trying to tell me?
I think we weren't that far.
I don't remember how far. Well,
we were because every time we got to a destination, somebody was just leaving.
Yeah.
All right,
when we were leaving the goats, you guys were coming.
All right, we'll get there.
So you guys are jumping that far behind. Sorry, Justin.
Oh, good. So let's run through it so we can get over it. Tim and TJ say it's them versus everybody else is just athletes or young and good looking. Pretty much. And they got they forgot the scientists. I mean, no, everybody else.
I mean, I guess you guys are young
and good looking. You got that part. All right, so trying not to fight, building a better relationship. Shelley and Nici off to a good start in this leg. Love to start the leg like this, especially after, having difficulties in the past leg. Would maintain it for more than one leg. And yes, this is another leg where you guys started off very nice. That's a good thing.
Too nice.
Too nice.
We killed ourselves.
Because you were too nice? You think you would have did better if you were arguing with each other?
Yes.
Had we argued,
it's like when you're standing at the door and you're holding. You're like, no, you go. No, you go. No, I insist. You go. And nobody goes anywhere.
And that's what we did.
On that nowhere.
You
went in circles.
If we get a redo, we're just gonna fight it out. We're just gonna let it happen.
That's
just gonna let it happen.
It'll be great. It'll be great television.
I was like, all right.
We will fight our way to the finish line. Okay.
I think you should tell the producers, like, if next time we're not going to be nice to each other, we do so much better when we're fighting. And when I piss, I'm going to piss everywhere I go.
Dr. Phil, okay? Phil will not be having an intervention on the mat.
That's right. I'm going to piss wherever I go because we did well. That's
we'll
it.
make
Just
up with our $1
pee
million and be like, okay, I don't hate you anymore. We won the $1 million.
All right, so Adam and Jim, both of them are able to carry the bales by themselves, beasting it. Everybody else seems to be having difficulties carrying one bale. Couple teams were dragging it.
Me.
Huh?
Literally the size of me.
Maya, where did you guys even get yours?
Yeah, where did you
we
steal?
We got it from someone's stable.
You stole somebody's.
You stole your shit. I got good enough. Look it, bro.
This is like a month's salary for people, and you're stealing it, and you just left it there. Did you have to give it back, or did you leave it there?
No, production stopped us. You don't see it when we're looking down. It's production saying, did you guys read your clue? But yeah, we got the hay. They're like, no, it's not the right hay. Oh, you guys stole the hay.
You guys are hay thieves.
So I think what we did is we stole, all the stables that we were supposed to deliver the hay to were right next to each other. And so we looked into one of the stables that someone had already finished the task, and we were like, oh, there's hay here. So we just moved it from one stable to the stable next door.
We literally just went next door.
Oh
and then production was like, yeah,
nice
you guys
try,
are
ladies.
not this is not the right hay. But they had to tell us because we were literally, because we thought we were going to go get our clue, and they wouldn't have known at the carriage ride that they couldn't give us our clue. So they kind of had to tell us.
Because the clue person was giving us the clue, and the production was like,
yeah,
no.
They were giving us the clue.
We're like, well, we brought hay to the.
We did. We brought the hay to the place it needs to be. We just didn't pick it up from where it was supposed to be picked up from.
God.
Duh. Yeah. That's on you for calling it out. All right, so this is when we first see Amy with the heavy limp going on, wondering why Amy is chugging along. It's just a couple broken bones, no big deal. Tim and TJ walking, and then decide to jump in a cab that takes them to the finish of the first task. So first they walked, which I thought in the clue it said travel by taxi, but they started walking, and then they got in a taxi, and the taxi took them to the end of this first. Oh my god, you guys in chat are just ridiculous. You guys are just ridiculous. Oh, I hate you guys. And
you don't like mine. I just saw why you shellfish.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, make sure you guys are checking out chat. Chat is definitely fun. If you guys are watching this after the fact, you should be here live at Sundays, 7 p.m. Eastern, racesrecap.com. Come hang out live. It's really fun. If you're here, give it a thumbs up, a like, say, hey, how you doing? Subscribe. What's going on? All right.
Gave you a thumbs up.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So Amy, Maya, Shelley, and Nici can't get directions and are walking, and they both end up in the square where Adam and Bethany are, who are just like the two nicest humans on earth. Just how do you just hate on Adam and Bethany? They're just so sweet. And they don't have a problem telling everybody where to go, so they tell people where to go. Amy and Maya end up stealing a bale of hay. We got that. Tim and TJ working with Shelley and Nici. What was that all about? What's going on? Alliances forming? When you got some love going on?
It was in the moment. It was convenient.
Yeah, I think we were just trying to figure out the directions. They were confusing. They weren't easy.
Yes. So we just okay, let's work together and get to the next destination, because in this situation it's probably to be better be lost with someone else than be lost by yourself.
Right.
Unfortunately,
lost with someone else.
Stay with them. Should have.
Yeah. Our crew ended up. Their crew didn't do the releases. Our crew did the releases. So they got to leave, and that's when our day fell apart.
So if you guys don't know what they're talking about, we cover this a lot on the races recap. Whenever you see somebody on the race whose face is not blurred out, that means they signed a release form. So if you ask directions for somebody, you can't just run off. It may look like that on film, but they stop filming. The camera guy pulls out the release form, explains it to them, and if they have any questions, they answer the questions, and then they fill it out. Sometimes they have a ton of questions. Sometimes they don't want to fill it out, and they have to really keep trying. And then after some point, they just say, forget it, and they blur the face out. That's why some faces are blurry.
So now, and what happened with us, because we know this, we asked a tour bus driver, and we positioned ourselves so the cameraman only videotaped the driver, not the 20 mofos with him on the bus. Guess what they did?
You had to get a release for all 20? Yes. 21, including the driver?
All people on the bus.
I did not know that.
So
that was the beginning of our problem. Right
you got
there.
20 release forms?
I would have went banana sandwich.
That is so painful.
That's against the rules.
And you guys wonder I don't want to watch it. Because I'm sure all that's edited out when I know why it fell apart.
Yeah, no.
I know the dumb stuff that happened.
And actually, it is edited out. It's not in there.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not in there.
No.
21 release forms, people. That's how you lose Amazing Race.
Did 21 people talk to you?
No.
That's
They talked to the bus driver.
They probably got this like cool wide shot.
So we could have shot it where it was just the driver.
Yeah, but
us and trees behind us, but he shot it with the bus behind it.
Yeah, he probably got like this cool shot.
At all.
Yeah, that's so bad. So that's just a little sneak thing. Somebody from our season took advantage of it as much as they possibly could. They saw somebody ask for directions, and they would run over to that person, ask for directions, and not have to wait. So you can make up like 5 minutes.
So much time.
You can make up, which is a lot. Yeah.
They left, and we had to stay there and wait for that. So by the time we got on the road, you guys were all gone. There was nobody left in the square but us. we went from last place just like that.
And
that's so crazy.
Could never recover because then, like everybody else, then we got lost.
That's crazy.
The directions the tour driver ended up giving us was crap.
The tour bus driver, the guy who tours the city, gave you wrong directions. That's so wrong.
How does that work, right?
That's
We're thinking
so
the best
wrong.
person to ask. This is your job. This is
what
you
that's
do.
Funny.
That's not on your.
Okay, if I would have ran into him, I would have like, yo, I'll pay you to follow behind you or something.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore. That's the Boston Rob rule.
Yeah.
They changed that because of Boston Rob, really. Where they were just paying people to follow. They're just following buses like, hey, just follow me, or pay somebody in the street. I'll follow you. So that's it. You can't pay anybody to follow, to give They can give you directions, but you can't follow somebody you have to do stuff on your own now. Well,
wow.
Or you can make an alliance of 7 people and just.
I can't imagine what rules are going to come out now.
Oh my God!
Right.
Please,
I know.
they're just going to have to be smart about the tasks. Where alliances
They have to be better
help.
about the task.
The alliances don't
So
help.
you can't take advantage of it.
Yep. Because it ruined the season. It did. And if they ever do have another season, they have to produce around it. But anyway, let's continue on. Teams must now go to a mosque and find the Ford Fiestas. I love another self-drive. It's always fun when they get self-drives.
Can we reverse? There's one thing I wanted to say.
Get
about
it? Yes,
section.
go.
So anyone else notice Robbie eating his apple?
Oh, for the horse?
Yes.
Yeah. He should have had to go back and get an apple.
Yeah, totally should have.
He should have had to go back and get an apple.
He should have just gone back and went home.
Well, did you guys actually have to feed the whole apple or to pick a bite of the apple?
I don't remember.
We
definitely had to feed
the horse had to eat the whole apple.
Had to eat the apple.
Half, then the horse didn't get the whole apple.
And he definitely ate more than half. The apple was like almost gone when they showed him eating it.
See, I don't need to watch.
He should have had to go back and get it.
You had to feed the horse the apple because I remember I was the one feeding the horse and I was not having it. The guy ended up taking the apple from me and doing it. And I was like, "You have it. I'm good."
Oh my God,
Shelley!
I swear, right? All right, so all right, Nici driving and wasn't looking at directions. She was like, "No, I was just driving. I wasn't looking at directions. What were you doing if you weren't looking for directions?"
So the way we decided it would go is whoever was not the driver is supposed to be navigating, right?
Exactly.
So you just kept going straight.
So wait, let's go back. Moroccan drivers are bad. They're like bad. They're so they're so bad
for 2 lanes, but they drive in 3.
I had to let her drive because I couldn't handle the driving, and I know she drives like crap anyway. So it's like, you got this one. This is, if you notice, this is the first time other than her driving past the clue that night. She doesn't drive mostly. I was driving most of the time we had to drive someplace, but I happily handed over the keys. I was like, yeah, I'll sit back here and navigate because we're not doing this.
Drive like them.
Yeah, because you're a bad driver.
You gotta go with the flow.
Oh, she's a bad driver.
She's a bad driver.
I'm a great driver. My boyfriend would drive.
Oh my God. She's a bad, angry driver. She's
That's even worse.
That's
even worse.
All right. So speaking of bad Speaking of bad drivers, Amy and Maya are lost again, but not as lost as Shelley and Nici, but they were lost. Shelley and Nici, were you guys really lost for 3 hours?
Yes. Moses had an easier time of it in the desert than we did.
How long were you guys lost, Amy, Maya?
So we went through our entire tank of gas that leg. When we had to
did
get in our cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we get in our cars to start leg 7,
horrible.
we didn't think we were going to make it into downtown Marrakesh. We stopped and filled up with gas, but I was certain that our car was going to.
We thought we were going to have to push the car.
A whole
We were going to
tank
push
of
the car,
gas.
so they called like security because they were like staging to have to film us pushing our car all the way into Marrakesh.
I mean, like when we say we got lost, we should have been here. We should have been here, and we were all the way over here. But to get here, we had to go in a circle. Like you couldn't just cut it. Like we couldn't figure out how to cut across. So we literally were on the complete other side of town.
Yes,
that too.
Like, it was horrible. It was mentally exhausting for the drivers. Nici, you know, it was an excruciating day. It was excruciating.
That explains the look on your face, Maya.
Oh my God!
Literally, I didn't know where we were going the whole time.
I was like, she looks really lost. She
and like nothing was labeled. So like I remember leaving the goats that told us the name of the town, but then there were like weird clues about
what did the goats tell you?
This third dirt road or something.
The goats didn't tell us anything.
If you ever missed a turn, there was no way to correct because some of the tasks, so that pottery thing or whatever, that wasn't even a real pottery stand. So when we were asking people for directions, they didn't know what we were talking about. It was set up.
They set up on the side of the road.
Yeah.
They set it up for production for race.
Yeah. So
Shelley and Nici did it. Okay,
we got so lost that an entire tank of gas was used.
That's so crazy. That's nuts.
I went into that giant museum.
We got lost going to every single task.
We
got lost going to every task on that race.
Oh,
seriously,
the hotel, you had to get the directions.
We went to the hotel. The second hotel was the best one. They were so nice. They offered us drinks.
That was
Oh
beautiful.
my God. The big tall guy dressed in white. I didn't know. I was like, they're like 2 hours
some
away.
Fancy hotel, and they let us use the computer, and we're sipping cocktails. I was like, you know what? I'm over this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get me another drink, Jeeves.
It was the best mojito I ever had.
I know that's right. It was tasty because I was thirsty in the desert.
It's like, I don't care what you put in this drink. This shit's good. All right, so eventually everybody gets to Camp or Cream. You got to set up a traditional Berber tent, which is a judging task, attention to detail judging task, or a skill task that includes animals, which is basically making cream. Attention to detail task with a judge or animal tasks. Two tasks you tend to want to avoid. So how do you decide which is which? Joey? Okay, what did you
all day. Tent, all day.
Tent all day?
All day.
Yeah, don't deal with animals. Animals are so like...
The animals.
So we lucked out. How we got out of there really fast. The bladder I chose already had butter in it.
Oh!
No way!
You thought it was butter.
No way!
Yeah, because you had to put the milk in the thing and
Nici fell.
Butter. I'm sorry, guys. What happened?
I thought you fell.
The computer. I'm glad you got pants on.
Shelley, they showed some outtakes from your mixing thing, and that wasn't butter. That was one of the couple guys having a turn with it.
Oh my God.
Oh, whatever. It tipped the scale.
We'll count it. It was hard enough.
The tent challenge that Kim and Allie were missing pieces in their kit.
Right.
So they were doing it for longer than everybody else, and so they actually ended up getting time back.
Really?
Yeah.
What was in there?
Saying that at one of our togethernesses.
Yes. So because the whole thing was
one of our meet and greets.
Yes.
What was in that bag? What was the bag? Was it like stomach or something?
It was a goat bladder.
That must have smelled awesome.
All right, so Allie uses her shirt to cover the goat skin, which I think was an incredible idea because there's no way in the world I'm putting my mouth in that thing. 45 minutes to churn butter. Is that how long it takes? 45 minutes?
No, it did not take us that long.
Not for us.
It's not for you. You guys already had it. But is churning butter part of ice cream science?
Yeah. Well,
That's how we
I mean, you don't quite want it. You don't quite want it to get butter, but the milk fat is the same in butter as in ice cream, as in milk, as in cream, as in any of the dairy products that we eat that have milk fat in it. So yeah, we were super excited to do this task.
So did you know that it wasn't
butter.
just shaking it; that it was that motion that would help, like, change the molecular structure of the...
we actually put like little rocks in there to create more friction. There's an outtake about that. Yeah, so we actually put like little pebbles in there to create more friction, because that's what's like when you're making butter, it's the friction. So if you make butter in a jar, you can put a bead in there to create more friction, which will allow the fat to hit together even more. So that's what we did with the butter.
The science helping
I love
you
that.
out, okay?
Get
we
it.
We actually did ours. We got there. We did it before Brooke and Rob did. That's what it was. We got there after them and did it before them.
Not too
Or finished
impressive.
before them.
Not too impressive.
Yeah, well, Brooke...
No, I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Look at Rob's muscles
Joey's
compared to
not
my muscles.
impressed.
Like really, like.
Yeah, he
come
was
on.
showing us. Look at me.
So
No, I mean you had to shake it for a while. Like,
Maya, you look
I don't know
great
how long
doing
we were there, and it was so hot. It was so hot that day. Oh my god, that was a really long leg of the race. I was exhausted.
Yeah, so Jim went to medical school before he went to dentist school, and he was an all-star suture, so he nailed it. Brooke can't catch a
Who
goat.
the fuck is an all-star suture?
You're such a hater.
Come on.
Brooke,
And why did he go to medical school? Did he fail out of medical school?
well, he decided the dentist would probably make more money. I don't know. It's easier
Well,
life.
no,
It's an
that's
easier
not
life.
Well,
Cosmetic
well.
dentistry? I don't know. You probably got better hours, control your own joint. So Brooke can't catch a goat, and Robbie doesn't trust animals. And then Kim and Allie, they switch and then talk about why did they switch and quit, and then switch again. When they were churning butter, they had the singing, they were doing their thing. Switching and switching again. Is there any way that you would switch and switch again? How close were these tasks?
They were right around the corner
right
from
there.
each other.
Okay,
They
so
were already more than half done. I was shocked that they did that.
I'm not. They're not the most patient. So they want to be able to know that they can get it done and get it done. Like that's kind of how they operate. So I'm not surprised that they kind of like were like, let's just switch, and it comes back later on in the race too. So I'm not surprised. Like that's just how Kim and Allie ran the race.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy to switch after being on it that long.
Shelley, we have our first and what in the chat.
Uh-oh.
And what? All the way from Ireland.
All the way from Ireland. Sarah Honan. It's
Hi, Sarah.
And what? That's right. What's up, Sarah?
I'm gonna get a T-shirt made that says "and what."
Exactly.
Good.
Top of the morning to you.
3 episodes and the premiere.
There it is.
So I will tell you, you guys had a question on the first recap you did about the names of things. Nici and I named the first 3 episodes of this season.
Did you?
Boom.
The first 3.
Really?
Damn, man.
Yeah,
And
the first episode was Go Big or Go Home, and we said that in our interview before we even started. We were taking those pictures in the park. That was like our thing. We're here, like we were like, go big or go home. Like this is what we're here for. And then obviously when you gotta go, you gotta go.
You gotta go.
that's so cool. And the next episode was either Amy or Maya because it talks about
Nope,
science.
the third one's still ours. I forgot what it said.
Not-
No,
Not
he's
the
saying
the next episode,
the
not the
next
season
one.
7.
Third one was on the clue. So everyone said that, I think.
What was the third episode? What was the third title?
I'll look it up. Somebody, what's the third one say?
I don't know, but you want to know who holds the record for most quotes used?
Is it you?
As
Brooke and Claire.
No.
Amy and Maya?
No.
No.
The green
No.
team, baby. The green team. 7 in one season.
You got 7?
7. Bring it.
Wow, that's impressive.
You are annoying.
I know.
Oh,
I
you
know.
are annoying.
I know, because I mean,
you don't shut the
Get your
fuck
shit
up.
together. That's what it is.
See, that's me, and I yelled that at her. I knew it was that. I said that to her. Get
I
your
thought that
shit
was on the. I think that was the clue.
No,
was Brooke.
it was. We were standing in the yard, and she was saying, she was telling me to do something. I was like, just get your. I actually said, get your fucking sheet together, so we can go.
so they cut that. They cut that part out. It's probably good.
Good ending.
Yeah. The real line is, get your fucking sheep together.
I think they made her re-say it though, so they could use it and I think it's get your sheep together. So.
Well.
More on that later.
More on that later. Actually, do you want the official? There is an official. I'll tell you. Who officially gets credit for the quote?
Oh, there's a site. It's in Wikipedia. A site for that.
There is a site for all.
It's in Wikipedia.
Yes. Which one is it?
On our racer.
Get your sheep together. There it is. Right. It is? The episode's title is derived from the clue for the sheep herding task.
Should we even read the clue then?
Well, I'm sure it didn't say get your effing sheep together. I'm sure it didn't. No. All right. So we are there. We're churning butter. Milk fat strategy working out for the scientists. Tim and TJ decide to build it all on the ground and then lift it up. I like that strategy. Everybody decides to sing when they're churning butter because the guy with the funny teeth was just singing away and everybody was having a good time with him. So
sorry, I have a cat trapped in the room with me, and I don't want any accidents. I'll be back.
Don't they have boxes for that shit?
Yeah, but the box isn't in the room she's at. It's in the basement.
You gotta remember, Joey's from Boston, so he comes from a place where people lose for years and years and years, so they don't like to hear about anybody winning or doing well.
Yeah.
So they don't want anybody to talk about doing well, because the Yankees, oh my God, yeah, no, I know, you got more championships than any sport in any history. Yeah, we got you. Yeah, you get so upset, right? So you don't like when people talk about winning. I get it. You know,
we're talking about cats, you maniac.
Talking about everything. I'm going back to you.
More on that later.
Teams must drive themselves to change Henderson to the next clue. Now, Terres de Amanar. All right, so teams must now perform this nice roadblock here, where you have to, I don't know, do a series of ropes and planks and zip lines, and then put together a ropes course, and then put together a wooden puzzle, and then you can move on to your next clue. I like the puzzle that they added a puzzle part, which made it so at least maybe one team could pass another team if they were smart enough with the puzzle. If it was just a zip line course, it's so linear, nobody can pass each other. Bethany absolutely beasted this challenge. When you look at this, it's like a lot of teams were having a hard time getting it together with two hands and stuff. You could see everybody was having difficulties, and she just took her shoes off and beasted it with that. How difficult was this task? Maya, Shelley?
It wasn't, I don't think it wasn't difficult. I mean, I thought it was beautiful. Like the scenery was like majestic. It was very relaxing. It was awesome. Yeah. It wasn't, I don't think it was difficult. I don't remember how long we were there, but what'd you say, Nici?
I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat and somebody said, well, she's the real Cruella DeVille.
Wait, who is?
They're talking about my mom! Because
I know who she's talking about.
The bio that she reminds me of Cruella DeVille.
Oh, gosh. The chat is going off tonight. I love our chat. I love our chat. They're so fun.
I'm sorry for getting distracted, ignoring. I'm right now.
No,
I'm trying to see what you're even reading. I got the thing about the U. I see the U-turn. I don't see what you were looking at.
This is why you should be here for the live shows, because chat is crazy.
But as far as the task goes, at that point, because we had a long day, for me it was just like, it was nice and relaxing moment. When I got to the puzzle part, because she likes puzzles, and I was struggling a little bit, I was like, damn, Nici should have did this one. But it was fine. It was like, all right, I did it and moved on. So, no, it wasn't hard.
So here's my notes taking this. TJ and Allie working together for the puzzle. Nice. I love two teams working together. Amy and Maya are lost again. If I'm watching this for the first time, the first thing I think about is there's zero chance these two win because they get lost everywhere they go. There's no way they can win. You have to be absolutely incredible at the tasks, but that still doesn't make up all the time you guys lose by getting lost. So as somebody who studies the show, there's no way that you guys should be winning this season.
But there is a way, Justin, because we ran almost a flawless finale. Because we learned from all of our mistakes, from all the getting lost that we did. when we landed, I mean, we're super fast forwarding, but we got verbatim directions in Los Angeles. That's how we got to everything before everyone else did, except for the crate thing. But we were like 3 minutes behind the crate thing. Like, it was like everyone was there at the same time, basically. We saw Jim and Misty getting the clue when we were getting there. Like, it's basically the same time. So we learned. So it actually worked to our advantage. But we did. We got lost every single place we had to drive to. It was extremely exhausting, extremely stressful.
Well, every place you had to walk to, drive to, the entire race.
Yeah, it was really bad. This is the episode.
That bad. I think
no, you guys weren't that bad. Like I did not think that we were sixth place. Honestly, like we did not really know where we were, but at the end of the day, we were sucky with direction. Like, we knew that. So we had to figure out like something that could work to our advantage. But this is the episode where we were interviewing with, I think, Matt, at like wherever the fort thing was where we ended. And Matt was like, so do you all really think you have a chance to win?
Dear.
Matt was like, come on.
Of course.
Let's be real.
Why not?
You got no chance. Let's be real.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
We probably could have made up if it wasn't. I think the worst loss we got was on the way to the zip line because we kept going in the right direction and thinking we're driving too far. And we go like halfway and we kept getting to this one curve and turning around and going back. And I remember listening. The funny thing that made me continue to go straight and not turn, have you turned anymore, is I heard them on the phone talking with production, like, where are they?
How are you not here yet?
And he's like, well, they don't think they're going the right way. And it was just something his tone was like, all right, it is this because
the other thing though is I kept wanting to go straight, but you
right
turn around.
And I stopped him saying.
And I didn't put my foot down. This is why we should have
because you guys are so nice to each other this way.
And had we not been nice, we would have got to the zip line before you because I saw you guys
probably
from the zip line, and I was like, "See, we should have went straight." I saw you coming down the street.
Wow.
Yes. So each time we got right behind everybody. And so that's
we saw from the goat challenge. From the goat challenge,
that
we
time
saw
too.
You guys
we would see people
in.
every time we went someplace. We saw another team.
We were so close to the zip line for hours, like to the point where we were up and down the same street for like 3 hours, and that's where we ran out of gas.
Yes.
And if we just continued straight, we would have never ran out of gas, and we would have got to the zip line and went and checked in. Like we were.
So this is why I don't want to watch it, because I know where all the dumb mistakes were that we made. That if we just made this decision or just done this differently, the outcome would have been better because the tasks weren't the problem. We got
the driving.
Every task we had hit. There was only one that we had a problem with, and that was a stupid punting.
That was
the pee-pee test. We call it the pee-pee test.
But the self-driving. But that's the beauty of self-driving episodes is that it is such a game changer. Like between the two teams of us and then Tim and TJ, we all just like it was like a cluster of mess that episode. Like it was just really bad. But that's where people can really start passing each other and can really figure out like, can you do this? But for some reason, Jim and Misty and what are their names? The surfers, Bethany and Adam, they never got lost. But we did. It just is what it is. I mean, we stopped at gas stations and like.
Sorry, I'm reading chat. Huh? Continue, Maya. Sorry, Maya. I'm
trying to figure out
what was a dig.
Oh, I don't know.
Go ahead.
No, you're fine.
No. I didn't mean to say it out loud. No, you're fine. It was supposed to be just in my
head. So Brooke, oh my god, this is long. I don't like it.
Justin.
Oh, she's such a whiner. It's like, come on.
I said that like 2 weeks ago, and everyone jumped all over me for it.
So?
All right.
Now Brooke looks at the pails with the puzzles and she doesn't get it, so she doesn't know what to do when she gets there. So I want to know how long she was standing there before she figured out she had to grab one of the puzzles.
Does she even really know where the fuck she is? You're on the Amazing Race.
Yes.
You're on the Amazing Race. What's this? It's 6 buckets hanging on a string with some puzzle pieces in them. Like
that was probably like 10 seconds, honestly. I doubt she stood there the
it
whole
doesn't
time
take,
and like
that's 12 seconds too long, Maya. You're too nice.
And then Maya, and then she's
everyone read up. Oh, puzzles. She's like,
the best part is when she's with Maya and she's like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. Like she is asking Maya for help without asking, and Maya is just like, I'm not helping you. Yeah, just keep trying.
Girl,
you just keep trying. You got this.
I was just being super.
You got this.
I was just trying to be motivating.
There was those farting rainbows again.
Yeah,
I was like, no, because she what they don't have her saying is that she's gonna give up, and it's just Brooke sort of talking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, Brooke, like don't give up. Like I wouldn't say don't give up just automatically. Like she was saying that stuff, and I'm just like, no, Brooke, like hang in there, you can do it. Like we got this. Like that's just who I am. Like
yeah, and inside you were probably going, shut the fuck up.
no,
doubtful. Doubtful.
Thank you, Shelley.
Doubtful. Because the day we were in the ferry terminal, and I forgot Nici was twerked up about something and stormed off, and even then you were like, oh, she's very passionate about the game.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile, Amy's like, did you see that?
Yeah. I remember that.
All right, so Jim and Misty wind up winning this leg because they're awesome. They get a trip to Brazil. They actually finished 2 hours ahead of Adam and Bethany, so they won this leg by 2 hours.
Jesus.
How you feel about that?
Because everybody else was lost in the damn desert.
They did not get lost. Like if you did not get lost, this was not a challenging leg. The most exhausting thing about this whole entire leg was the self-driving.
I'm just
like
saying.
when we literally say we did not have gas.
Oh, you guys give Jim credit.
We did not have gas.
You guys give Jim and Misty credit. You guys always give Jim and Misty credit. I'm talking, Grumpy, Nick Grumpison. They won by 2 hours. What do you guys have to say about that?
Self-driving is the best part of the Amazing Race because it separates people. You have to pay attention. You have to read your clue. You have to read road signs. You have to pay attention. When we were in Panama, there weren't any road signs. No one in Panama for some reason knows where the Panama Canal is. It's amazing. It's a canal that cuts the country in half. Nobody knows where it is. So Tara goes, we're not going to, everyone was lost. They thought that leg was going to last between 6 to 8 hours. It was between something like 14 and 18 hours.
Yeah, because nobody could figure out on an island, you go to the water and you just stay along the water and eventually you'll get to canal.
No, I
How hard is that? How hard is it? Go to the water.
It's not an island, you nut. It's Panama. Panama's an island? What planet are you from with that New York education? So, no, we were just driving along, and I said, Tara, I know we're going the right way. And she's like, well, how do you know that? You don't know we're going. I go, because I'm just following the power lines. The power lines go to the dam. The dam's at the canal. She goes, well, how do you know you're going the right way? I go, turn around. She looks behind her. She's like, what am I looking at? I go, you tell me what's back there. It's a city. I go, that's one end of the power. The other end is the fucking power line. She's like, all right, that's pretty good. And then even the camera guy's like, I mean, it's common sense.
Common. It's common sense. It's common.
You're on an island in Panama.
That's not common.
An archipelago. What do you want? It's fucking 3 sides covered with water, you dick. Whatever you want to call it.
Panama's 3 sides covered in water now?
It's not? What do you think? It's fucking canal. Cuts off one side. Cuts right through it, right? It cuts off that, and the other 2 sides already have water, you dick cheese.
You can technically drain the canal.
You dick cheese. All right. So why is there a man with a chicken and a dove on his head at the finish line? Why?
Silliness.
What was that?
I don't know. That was so fun, though.
No idea.
Yeah.
Maya, I thought he was going for the weave, girl.
The bird was the bird.
I've been waiting all day to say that.
I clearly.
The bird was nesting.
You show this one up like this.
No, I remember asking, like, can I get it on my head? Like, it was just, it was fun.
No.
And you guys know how I was on the race. I just want to experience everything.
Yes, we
I just
do.
want to do anything and everything.
She was all about the experience.
Yeah, we didn't say this, but on the first leg in St. Thomas, there's this really, really, really beautiful shot. I'm sure you guys remember Nici and Shelley. When we're driving, you can like see into the city, like from really high up. It was beautiful. I remember like asking the driver to like stop and like slow down so we could like take it in. Like that's what the race was for me.
Your mangy dog.
Oh, hi.
Your make a nice coat.
Oh my god.
Shelley.
So Adam and Bethany finished 2 hours behind Jim and Misty, and Kim and Allie finished 2 minutes behind Adam and Bethany, and then a half hour later, Tim and TJ, a half hour later, Brooke and Robbie, and we don't even have time for Amy and Maya. They were so far back. I don't know.
So I guess we won't even discuss us.
we don't have the times for the people who get eliminated, because these times actually come from the next leg. So I could figure out, because it already aired, so they show the times.
Well, we got lost. We got lost to going to the finish line as well. Like, it's not like we did not get lost the whole entire episode. Like, we literally got lost every single transition we had to make. We got lost. So that's how we didn't know, like, if Shelley and Nici had come before us.
So we didn't get lost on the way to the finish line, because during our other lost moments, we actually went to the finish line.
We found it by accident.
We did, actually. I do remember we did go to the... And we had to go back. Like, okay, well,
no
we lost on that part.
Should have took the penalties.
In Singapore, we ended up at the finish line. We did that. And we saw Adam and Bethany checking in from the fast forward, and that's why we started screaming at Brooke and Rob, because they didn't, like, anyways.
You should have just checked in. You should have checked in and took the penalty. It would have been less time.
For not doing all of the tasks.
Oh, damn, you're right.
What was it? An hour penalty, a 3 hour penalty, an hour? Like, they lost for 3 hours.
4 hour penalty.
We're not doing any of the tasks?
I don't know. How many tasks would you have skipped?
It was the zip line. That was the one that took us the longest to find. It was on the way to the zip line that we saw it.
Oh, I didn't realize that we
That's
could
crazy.
That.
And you could, I mean, if it's
that
one
was a
task,
rookie mistake.
if you're taking one task, that would have saved you. A 3 hour, 4 hour penalty.
Between you two, I don't know.
Damn, another time we could have eliminated Maya and didn't. What the fuck?
I know, right? Heck, we would have probably been the ones winning then.
Yeah.
That's twice we could have eliminated her butt.
You guys saved 2 episodes in a row.
Right.
You had good.
We need a cut of that money.
All right.
I'm telling you guys, our taxi driver on the first leg of the race, when we first got in from Times Square, his name was Karma. I'm telling y'all.
They're saying, no, we have to go to the task first before we could just opt to do the penalty. So that wouldn't have been an option.
Oh, okay.
We stumbled upon the thing. We would have had to attempt the task.
Got it.
You're right.
So, all right. Joey, holy shit balls moment.
I was going to talk about the driving because, like I said, it makes or breaks a race, and I think it's pretty exciting, and I love the self drive, and I think it should just be a self drive as much as humanly possible. But was it Allie? Kim and Allie running across that thing?
Yeah,
I was like. And I was like, holy shit, because I take my kids to like those type of parks where they're up in the trees.
Yeah.
My daughter's, she could do all that. And I get really impressed with people who do that. I don't have a love of heights. I can do it. But the way she ran across that, I was like, holy shit. So that was definitely it. She gets my holy shit balls moment for that.
All right. After some holy shitballs moment, we need some Laffy Taffy. There's a ton on this episode. What do you got for us, Dr. Amy?
I mean, there's a lot. I think that first task, though, gets it. There's a really funny... So it's like... I thought Rob eating the apple, that scene was really funny. And then also, there's this, like, a very amusing exchange between us and Tim and TJ, where they're like, where'd you find the hay? And we're like, oh, we grabbed it. And then we see them later on, we're running, and they're running the other direction. They go, wrong hay, and I just go, wrong hay.
Wrong hay. That's another place we were lost. We didn't talk about that. We were lost freaking trying to find the hay. I mean, we were like, this is gravel. This isn't hay. They didn't show this. We went into someone's home looking for hay. I'm not lying.
We went into someone's
horrible.
house.
We finally saw some kids who then said basically telling us to follow them. And that's when I say something like, I don't know, I say something in reference to the kids, but the kids are the ones who showed us where the heck the hay was. It was a very rough day for Amy and Maya. Oh. Not as rough as Shelley and Nici.
Shelley and Nici, like, these girls over here talking about how rough their day was.
Right?
Do they know we lost?
Won the race, but they had a rough day.
It was a rough day. It was a rough day.
All right. Dr. Maya, what do we got? What do you got for us?
I don't really have like sweet moves.
No sweet moves
for this episode, but I mean, only things I could kind of think of is I actually thought it was really cute when the goat was trying to drink its milk. When Brooke was trying to, it had nothing to do with the players, but when Brooke was trying to milk the goat. And then after that, there was no like gameplay sweet move, unless I'm wrong. But someone come in and say if I'm wrong. But I don't think there was anything like, oh, this is a sweet move.
The only thing I can think of is like Bethany doing that puzzle with her feet.
That was
How-
pretty.
That was pretty badass.
Oh yeah.
Maya, how about you turn it around before you drove to Qatar?
Oh, you U-turned somebody, Maya?
No, she just drove.
He's saying so we weren't driving forever. Like, how about you just turn around before you go to another country, Maya?
He's just
No. We
cracking
did,
a Joey joke.
We did end up U-turning someone later on in the season, but not this
Oh,
episode.
spoiler!
Oh, good. That's great. That's who wins?
Nice spoiler there.
It's not even a spoiler. Like
Joey hasn't seen it. I want all the action.
Oh,
Okay.
That.
It's 7 years ago, but okay.
it was 7 years ago.
What have you been doing for the last 7 years? You could have watched it.
I'm late on my catching up.
Joey, what season were you on?
He's forgettable. He's definitely forgettable. Yeah.
I'm leaving.
No, it's a serious question.
26.
Oh, were you really the season after us?
With
And
the
20
reality
and,
people?
and 24.
You were not on 24.
Will you shut up, please? I'm playing a joke.
It wasn't on 26 either.
24 was an all-star.
I'm gonna say that wasn't even the right season.
I was playing a joke. I don't know. Amy and Maya, do you know what season I was on?
29? 29?
Are you asking me or telling me?
28? What are
Well,
those?
you've got to be
Whatever those
after
bunch of random
Justin
people.
because I stopped watching after his season.
And
Thanks.
Justin was 26, right?
Thanks for your support, everybody.
Justin wasn't 26, but
You didn't even watch our season. I watched yours.
29.
I'm watching it now.
Is what they're saying.
I think it's 29. Yeah.
It is 29.
Joey was 29.
Amy was right.
It is.
29,
It is
yeah.
referred to. It is referred to as the season that saved the Amazing Race.
Oh,
I don't want to brag. I don't want to brag.
Why? What happened that season?
They were thinking
What?
about cutting the show,
Good, why was that?
and
Really?
yeah, the cast was. It was just a really, really, really good cast, and they brought the ratings back up.
The Stranger season. What happened?
It was. We didn't go. We were complete strangers. I didn't meet my partner till the starting line.
I did watch that one.
I was the hot guy with the long hair.
I did see that one
And
because
the
I was
funny
like,
accent.
"Oh, this is interesting."
He's
Now y'all
forgettable.
just put a twist on some shit.
He's forgettable.
Now I want to go watch that. That
It was
sounds
there. Weren't there some? It was a paramedic or a firefighter or somebody else in the military. Oh, were you the military guy?
No, he has one leg.
Oh,
He was with the
No.
military mom.
Maybe
His
There
partner was a
somebody that
military girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the guy who act like he'd been there before. So he's forgettable. That's
Very
basically what
forgettable.
happens. Yeah. When
And
you
some
act
of the
like you've been
funny
there, when you act like you've been there before, you become forgettable.
So I guess I lied. Justin, yours wasn't the last because the reality people come after you, right? The YouTube stars and stuff.
Yeah.
I had no interest in
That
that.
wait,
You
that's
guys were
when
haters,
they
huh?
had phones.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh hell
yeah,
no.
I did not like
I
that.
was like,
season.
that's no,
Yeah.
no.
They had
No, we're
cameras.
not doing
they
phones.
had cameras. They couldn't use the phone for anything else.
That's
Justin,
okay.
Justin, you were 26.
27. Thanks for watching.
I watched you.
Yeah.
No, but
We're 2 seasons apart. 2 seasons.
25,
Oh, isn't that
27,
cute?
29.
Okay.
We're all odd.
All right, so here is my super fan move. There's 2 of them.
Amy and Maya and Shelley and Nici, I think, just had a stellar leg.
Well,
I
actually,
would put Bethany as super fan move. But that's just me.
the first super fan move goes to Kim and Allie, actually, which it didn't work out for them. But before starting the test, they went over and asked the dude how long it's going to take to do the task, which is super smart to do.
Oh.
If everybody's just going to sit there, I don't have any clue how long I'm supposed to do this, but I'm just going to keep doing it until I feel like I'm done. I think that's just
But it didn't take 45 minutes.
You're right.
I
understand
don't think that was a smart move, though.
Well, I
Because
understand that, but
you
you would think the guy that's doing it all day probably knows the answer. Because he misled her, that's not the fault. The smart move was to ask the guy who does it all day. So you have a general idea rather than just shaking it. I mean, not everybody's a scientist and know how long it takes butter to turn to fat or milk to turn to butter. Like we are, if you put more rocks in it,
to help it.
And my second superfan move now that I know is that you throwing rocks in there that gave you your knowledge outside of the race gave you an advantage on a task that genuinely helped you make up time because of something you knew that you brought in from outside of the race. So that's super smart. They should have highlighted
and then
that.
we lost time because we got lost.
Yeah,
we could not find anything on the race.
Right. So, yeah.
But thank you for the super fan move.
No problem. Just don't drive. If you were on our season, you would have done really well. There was no self-drives.
No driving.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Season
That's
26.
the only reason Justin won.
Probably.
Oh, that's right. He did it.
No,
Yeah, I'd like to see you go
I
back
set
on the
records
race
for
and have
winning.
to
So
drive and see
what?
how well you do.
Yeah, you're right. I wish they would do it. I wish they would. That we would have won by 3 days.
No, and we'll go against you. My driving is better now. I've been practicing.
I'm not even claiming that one.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried about driving against you
Okay,
two.
because these streets in Philadelphia are nuts. Who made these roads? Were they smoking at the time? They were drawing up these maps.
No, they were actually horse and carriage when they made the roads.
Okay, Detroit was horse and carriage too when we made the roads. But you know what we did? We dug them up.
Yeah, that's why there's no
and
history
made real
there.
highways.
Yes, that's why there's no history there. But
Motor City,
you dug it all up.
Motown.
Yeah, your history starts in the 50s, whereas
the cars themselves. Hello,
the cars. All right. So next week's episode. Oh, well, it doesn't show next week. It just shows a lot of fun to come, including the episode I cannot wait to talk about, where we see Amy screaming in pain.
The episodes of all episodes.
I cannot wait to
watch.
talk about that episode. There's a lot of fun stuff coming up in this season. Joey, wait till you see this. You're going to rewind this part and watch it over and over again. It is definitely one of the most memorable scenes in Amazing Race history.
I'm going to make a big cardboard cutout of Amy and put it next to my TV so I can just keep going.
Joey, you're gonna text us and be like, "What in the world?
What sound is she making? What sound is she making right now?
Is there another goat? Is she strangling a goat?
There's so much fun coming up.
It's an epic leg. Like,
oh my god, there's a lot of good
things. You're gonna yell at me. You're definitely gonna yell at me, Joey. You're definitely gonna yell at me.
Maya,
like,
no one would ever yell.
How is that even possible? Not even I can yell at you.
I have a question.
Go for it.
What's the Alliance season?
Last season.
This last season.
32.
Oh, and what did they do?
They just all were. They made one big giant alliance.
It was like a 6-team alliance.
It was a team. It was a season of Maya's and Amy's.
They did
being nice to everybody.
They did the race as one big group until they got to the final four.
So if you got one task right, they would tell all 5. So it wasn't.
They
hard.
literally waited for you to come up and to give you the answer and the task.
Did they just do that naturally with each other?
For like the
deal.
Third or fourth leg on, they did. Yeah. They made like an agreement.
But the tasks were also set up in a way that they could do that.
Yeah, the
like,
Mine 5
were really set up in that way.
I actually loved the task for that season, and they fucked it up.
The tasks were cool, but when you're rappelling down a building or scaling down a building, and you just have to figure out the words or figure out the letters, and it says sauerkraut, you can easily say, "Nici, it's sauerkraut."
Yeah, but they waited.
Like you couldn't.
They literally waited.
I know, but you could still do that. We couldn't wait for Nici and Shelley at the butter challenge and say,
like,
"Hey guys, it's butter." Like what? There was no padding of information.
But you could have said, "Hey, put rocks in it and do it like this," like you were doing.
But she wasn't gonna wait for us to show up to get it because all the tasks are so close together and you're all with each other. You could just keep passing the message to the next team.
The Mine 5.
It was just a rough. It was hard to watch.
It wasn't fun to watch.
As a competitor, it was hard to watch.
It wasn't fun to watch.
It wasn't right. Maya, that's the best way to say it. It wasn't competitive. It was interesting. The cast was good.
Yeah, there was great task, great route,
and they get so butthurt, especially at me about when I say stuff like that. They're great people. I love them all, but they're not competitive. It's let's kumbaya and do everything together, and then we'll fuck our friends at the end. And that's basically what they did.
Pretty much. It caused drama.
Shelley and Nici, there's a question for you all. Shelley and Nici, what was the most difficult leg for y'all? This one or episode 4? Or was there another one that was...
No, it was probably this one. 2. You thought 2? Oh, well, the punting was definitely unpleasant.
We were
and that was my fault.
Unpleasant.
That was
unpleasant.
That was my fault. I have paddleboarded before, and I know the motions and I know how to do it,
and I don't.
And she never had. I should have taken that. I should have taken her on the boat.
Yeah, but that's in Nici's defense, only because I love her. It's not really paddleboarding. It's super long. Wasn't it a stick instead of
but it was massive.
It was super long.
If you know how to paddleboard, you already have half the motion.
Yeah, I agree with you.
She had to learn the whole thing, and then we got stuck in the current, and it sent us down the wrong way. Thank God, Robbie. It went down there. They went down there also.
And then she hit her head on something.
Yes.
Because they hit her head on something, they took us all back to the start.
And so we had to do it again.
And that's when she just did it the whole time.
And oh my God. So the reason why she's carrying my backpack when we're running is because literally my legs are so cramped. I can't move my muscles. My calves are like locking up. I'm trying to run and all I can do is hobble. My legs were shot. So yeah, I agree. That was probably the most difficult task. But again, unnecessarily. Had I just done it in the first place, none of that would have happened.
Yeah.
Yep. So, but then we wouldn't have her, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Exactly. Exactly.
That was epic.
I am hoping.
Someone else also. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
Someone else also asked. I don't think this was you guys, but did you guys do the final leg, the shipping crate at the finale before you guys lined up? Did you guys do the final leg?
Were you one of the testers?
And you knew that we were going to win. Okay, so it was but Tim and TJ did, and so did Kim and Allie. But I thought there was one more group too.
It's usually the
they
4th and 5th.
Volunteered.
They didn't ask us.
It's usually 4th and 5th, but because of your season, it was 5th and 6th.
Well, there was a conversation. Oh, I knew they went. Maybe I just knew.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. Someone just asked.
All right. So, did other teams steal Amy and Maya's butter churning techniques? And overall, did the teams feel threatened by Kim and Allie at all, or was the focus more on Jim and Misty?
We focus more on Jim and Misty.
But things start to shift. And you'll see that in upcoming episodes. Things start to shift a little bit. With things start to shift. Let me just say things start to shift. Joey hasn't seen the season, so things start to shift. Yeah.
Cool. Where was Sequester this season?
Welcome,
was it London? Was it England?
Portugal.
Oh, Portugal. That's so cool. So
that's funny. So they sent you guys where they sent us.
You guys went to Portugal?
No, Sequester was Portugal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we asked.
I thought that's what you just said. You went to Portugal.
No, I said Sequester was... I asked where was Sequester, and it says
sorry.
Portugal.
I'm reading the chat, so you kind of lost me for a second.
That's
so I'm
okay.
only like half listening.
No, Sequester is where...
Sequester
is where they send the teams that get eliminated, except the last 2 teams. The last 2 teams usually go on to test the final. They just follow everybody to the countries that they go to, the last teams, and they usually test the final... the final leg for any last minute changes to see how.
Did Tim and TJ come to
yes,
Sequester?
They were in Portugal with us.
For like
so Tim and TJ weren't in the final 3.
Oh, stop ruining it! All right, so Nici, where can
watch the freaking show?
Tell people about your Instagram. Where can they vote on this poll that is very critical right now?
Yes. So there's a poll going on right now. My boyfriend and I are at odds. So I think that a chocolate chip Eggo, right, with chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream sandwich sounds amazing. And he thinks it sounds nasty. So if you go to my Instagram, it's Nici, Nici, Fit Fly Diva, and vote, please, so that we can prove him wrong and tell him he needs to get some imagination. Okay, that would be wonderful.
I'm doing it right now.
Yes.
Yes.
Nici, what's your
Right
boyfriend's name?
EJ.
EJ, I got you, bro.
With the echo. Because our names start with the same letters. So.
Yeah, he hates love, so he's gonna do anything he can to ruin it.
No, I agree with the man. That's too much chocolate.
You're an idiot.
No, it's not. It sounds amazing.
A chocolate
You
chip
can
waffle.
never have too much chocolate.
A chocolate
what the
chip
hell's
waffle.
wrong with you?
I
Chocolate
see
chip
what
waffle.
you did there, Shellfish.
Hey, get it.
You can never have too much chocolate, honey.
Dr. Maya Warren, where can people find Ice Cream Sundays whenever it comes back? Where would they find that?
When it does come back, you guys can find Ice Cream Sundays on Instagram. I'm actually doing one. Hopefully I do one before I do this other one, but I'm doing a collaboration with Peeps for Easter time. I'm doing a Peeps cotton candy ice cream. It's actually really good.
That sounds yummy.
So yeah,
James Earl.
I'm actually starting. I'm doing a contest this week, starting on Thursday, where people can guess how many Peeps are in the jar, how many of the Peeps chicks are in the jar, and you can get some winnings. So you guys tune in and you can guess how many are in the jar. So I've been off of Instagram for a while because I currently work a job that is very, 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 very time consuming, and I don't have time for Ice Cream Sundays, but I'm trying to do more stuff. So.
Another doctor joining us in chat, Dr. James Earl Corley. What's up, brother? How are you?
Woohoo, James Earl!
Hey.
Another on the front lines in the COVID battle.
Yes.
ER, man. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. All right, Joey, where can people find you complaining and bitching about stuff? What do you do on? You do that on?
That'll be tinkledrinker@aol.com.
And you wait, I'm sorry. You didn't like Zen as fuck, but you went with Tinkle Drinker?
That would be a joke, Shellfish.
Jesus.
Okay.
What is going on right now?
I don't know. I'm just trying to find this thing where I can vote.
All right, so Joey Cavino's on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, Instagram,
he gets on there and complains about stuff because he's from Boston, and he's like, I don't understand why when somebody actually loves someone, they give them a hug and a kiss. I don't get it.
Am I the old man from Back to the Future?
Or a nose kiss.
I know. Hey, what do you mean he's kissing with his nose? What is he doing? What is he doing? He should be banging the broad.
No,
that's what he should be doing. Just bang the
You
broad.
guys watch Vikings? I'm watching Vikings. They do this with the head. I love that. I think that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. But if they do it with the nose, it's weird. But if it's a
They're
Viking...
Vikings. Can you imagine two Vikings going...
Could you imagine Vikings giving... Anyway. So, Shelley, Nici, Shelley, is there anywhere you want people to check you out, or are you just trying to stay on the low? Because deleted your accounts and stuff? Like...
No, only on Facebook. I still do Instagram.
Okay.
On occasional. You know, Facebook, you get too nutty on there. Instagram, you just look at pretty pictures.
Yeah, I don't Facebook. So everybody.
Yeah. So Zen as fuck is my Instagram.
Don't even have the app on my phone. Instagram, you guys can follow me. I'll be more active there.
There you go. All right.
Girl said Shelley is now my faves.
There it is.
So are you. Mwah.
You can check me out on twitch.tv/JustinClassic1. I'll get back on there eventually, probably this week, 2 to 4, Monday and Tuesday, and then we'll do something on YouTube. So you can check it out. What's up? You know where to find me. At JustinClassic1 everywhere. I appreciate you too. Thank you guys for joining us. You guys are awesome.
Thank you for having us again.
Always a pleasure, guys.
Appreciate you. Yes, we'll do the heart. We'll be like Maya today.
Wait, no. 사랑해요.
Oh, no. The whole Korean thing.
I cannot
Little heart,
go
little
back
heart.
to Korea. I am like